Hey, what's up, good people? In this video, I'm going to share with you how I made $100,000 in just one sector. And I'm going to share with you how I'm going to continue to buy, all right? That's what I'm going to share with you in this video. I'm also going to talk about some of the stuff that's going on, huge purchases by this administration and the signs, all of that. We're going to cover it. If you're new, I am Larry Jones. This is Stock Up with Larry Jones. This is known as Studio C here in the car. Studio A is behind the desk, and soon Studio B will be behind the desk, okay? So welcome. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. I will never DM you on anything, all right? And then yesterday, we had a fantastic time in the Quiet Wealth Summit, all right? Chris Sane put that on. I was one of the special guests. I am so happy to meet so many new people, new faces, and welcome to the Stock Up with Larry Jones show. We talk about money making things. Okay, let's get right into it. I'm going to share something with you guys. I'm going to use a political statement, but I don't want your answer to be political. I'm going to show you some political statistics, but I don't want your answer to be political, because I got a question to ask you, as I asked the people yesterday at the Quiet Wealth Summit, which was off the chain. When you see it's going on sale again, if he chooses to do this again, I'm telling you, it's sold out quick. All right, so listen to this. You know that the president took some major CEOs to China with him on that China trip, right? All right. Now, it wasn't just any CEOs. I'm going to name 5 companies that he did. Now, we know he took Qualcomm, GE, Aerospace, and other companies. But there's 5 in particular that stood out. And that was Boeing, Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, and Microsoft. Okay? He took those companies: Boeing, Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, and Microsoft. Now, when you get the filings of what they bought, I'm talking about Congress, Washington. I'm going to just say Washington. When you get the filings of what they bought, you're generally 30 to 45 days late. And when we find out what the president has bought, has purchased, okay, and we know Nancy Pelosi did it. I keep telling you guys, they do it on both sides. And I dare you to say, yeah, but it was his sons. Just like Nancy Pelosi, yeah, but it was her husband. Okay, you want to be that person, you be that person. That's not what this conversation is about, all right? We're realists here. Listen, I told you. The filings showed that the president bought, here we go again, Boeing, Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, and Microsoft. What I challenged the people yesterday to do is stop complaining, and I'm going to challenge you. Stop complaining, okay? And start strategizing. As a matter of fact, I'm to the point now, I'm thankful when the tariffs are on, the tariffs are off. I'm thankful for the taco trade. I'm thankful for the whipsawing. Why? I make money every time. And I'm going to share with you how I made $100,000 in quantum computing alone. And I'm going to share with you how I plan on buying more and when and where. As a matter of fact, let's go into that right now. We have been in quantum computing stock for over a year, probably a year and a half. So keep all of this in mind, right? So we got it here. You could see a year ago, MicroStrategy, and even as 7 months ago, Rigetti, QUBT, QBTS, IONQ. Okay, just keep that in mind. We got INOQ, Rigetti, D-Wave. These are all 3 of my top quantum computing stock, like I've been telling you guys, right? Financially, these 3 are my 3 top leaders. Now, of course, you could see the newbie inflection. You could see that on the day it's up 11%. Rigetti is actually higher. If you go out a month, you will see why I have way more money in these than I have in this. Because still, over the last month, with the ebbs and lows or highs and lows, inflection is only up 23%. Do I believe it has more room to run? Yes, it has more room to run. But as you can see, D-Wave is up 59, Rigetti 59, and 49. And financially, these three are way better than inflection. Now, inflection will run up, but it's still in a swing trade stage because it is new, right? And so there's going to be some run-ups and some cool-offs, right? So you got to be careful. You'll notice that I have a yellow line, an orange line, and a green line. The yellow line is a 200 exponential moving average. Then I have a 150. You guys know I like to use the 150. And then I have the 100. Now, if you go to the weekly time frame, you will clearly see it's telling you a story, right? It's telling you a story. I suggest that everyone gets TradingView, everyone, right? And that story is it was telling you when it was a good week to buy, right? So we could see that even last March 30th was a good time to buy. And you say, Larry, what about this? I missed this. I missed this. I missed this. Even if you bought at the bottom of here, you could see you are up 128%. Look at that, right? The last time it touched, it wasn't a buy signal on the weekly, but I'm going to share with you guys some other things. We caught it before the run up. We caught it down here and we made, you can see that, that's 2,400%. It is insane. And yes, I sold some because it hits these overbought positions and you cash out and you run it down. And why did I run it down? Because this was too high too early. You trade the way you trade, it dropped 68%. That's why I sold, right? You guys has been rolling with me for a while, you know. So what I want to show you guys is if you want shorter term buys, you can go to the 2-day. Okay, this is the 2-day. And on the 2-day, all right, on the 2-day, you could see where you can buy more often. This is called value cost averaging, right? So on the yellow line is where I start to buy. When we get to the orange line, I buy more. And then when we get to the green line, I buy even more. See, this is where people are tapping out because they think it's going to zero. But this is when we buy more, right? So here I buy an amount. Here I buy twice the amount that I bought here. Here I buy twice the amount that I've bought here and here. So I go in the heavier, the lower. What does that mean? It means that you have to preserve some of your capital. And let's say your average was in the middle here. Well, even now you would be up 214% on IONQ. All right. So this is one of the things that I'm looking at. Now, let's go to the newbie, right? The one I said I wasn't going to talk about anymore, but I just want to guide you guys. It's okay, guys. It's okay to start just buying smaller amounts. And when I mean smaller amounts, I mean like one less than a quarter and save the bigger money for the bigger drops. Now, for those of you that are in money moves, you have access to the traffic trader. And on the 4-hour, it literally pointed out on the 4-hour time frame. I wouldn't go any higher than the 4-hour time frame with the traffic trader. It told you when it was overbought. You see that? Right? Now, let's move to the RSI. The RSI, when you look, even keeping the traffic trader in, the RSI, let's bring that up higher, okay? The RSI was showing you, remember when I told you guys I will be buying when it's under 30? So this is 30. So I made an extra line here at the 20. Between 20 and 30. The closer the RSI gets to 20 is when I would buy more. And so where was the last dip? Right here. You see how the green line is like halfway between 30 and 20. The further it gets to 20, the more I would buy. And you could see here, just watching this, I'm going to take the traffic trader off. You could see that that was a great place to buy, right? Because if you would have bought right there, right now on inflection, you would be up 100%, even missing the highs, right? But the traffic trader told you when it was overbought. Okay, you could see that, right? So that's one of the lessons that I'm going to share with you today. And occasionally I'm going to post more of this type of training or teaching in our free Money Moves link. I'm going to have it. I'm going to have the real Money Moves links at the top. Just tap description. And then I'm going to have the free link underneath it. Hit description on your cell phone or hit more, and you will see the links posted. Okay. Before we end, I just want to say, hey, welcome. Listen, we got a new member here to Money Moves, the paid Money Moves. Thanks. Joined last week. They joined last week and they are already printing money. Look at how far they are up. And we could see, I'm grateful. Thank you, Uncle Larry. $1,500. And then someone underneath that is up 85% using the traffic trader. So there you have it, folk. All right. So when it comes to seeing what they are doing, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to criticize or do you want to join us and strategize? You should be strategizing while others are criticizing. That's how you make money. That's how you get on the right side of the equation. Do you want to be on the 5% or do you want to be on the 95%? Because the 95% is the liquidity pool, all right? Do you want to be the liquidity pool or do you want to have a pool of liquidity, right? Do you want to lose a bank full of money or do you want to make a bank full of money? And so I remove the politics. I see what's going on and then I go after it. Here's my inspiration. We all have giants, guys, and you guys know I'm a believer. And yes, these platforms, they punish me because I tell the truth. I talk about God and I talk about Jesus, and they don't like it. They punish me. These platforms, they stop sending out my notifications. They start taking away subscribers. They start squeezing views because they think that the advertisers don't like that. Well, I got news for these platforms. The advertisers don't care long as you guys are coming. And I want you guys to continue to comment and like and share this video, okay? So listen, we all got giants. We all got giants. This phone is overheating. I'm gonna pull it closer to me. We all have giants. Giants in our lives, okay? We all have a Goliath we're trying to slay. But I want you to understand that none of us are ill-equipped to slay the giant. David took the giant down with a stone, a smooth stone. All right, he looked like a kid. He looked like a child to this giant. But he persevered and he took the giant down. God created you to be a giant slayer and not an ant flicker. Whatever your giant is, you have to fight. If you want to be happy, you have to pursue it. Happiness has to be pursued, the pursuit of happiness. When you lay down and quit, you stop. Fight. How do you fight? You strategize. How do you strategize when everything is manipulated? You study. You start to look for things that other people are not looking for. You try to be better at your craft. If you're losing, especially in options, your first job is to stop losing, not to win. So I just want to go and I want you to think about some of these stories and in the Bible even, and how they are written to encourage you that you could do it now. Moses had way more problems than you had, okay? He had an army literally trying to kill him. Talk about a back against the wall, a sea in front of him and an army trying to kill him behind him. And he's complaining and crying out to God. And God says to Moses, why are you bothering me? He literally says, Moses is praying and God rebuked him for praying. Now, I want you to understand the content of this text. Why are you bothering me, Moses? I've already given you what you need. Moses had the rod in his hand. All he had to do was stretch it out. And I'm saying to some of you, while you're death scrolling, while you're spending all your money on Gucci this, Gucci that, that's okay. It's okay to have nice stuff. I get it. I'm not talking about that. But what are you doing? Are you getting a side hustle? Are you sitting down with your mate, your wife, or your husband? Are you going to say, hey, just for 3 years, we're going to get a side hustle and we're going to combat this? We're going to pay off our high credit card debts and then we're going to invest? Are we going to study to find out what stock is an investment stock and what stock is a swing stock? If you think the market is going to come down like 2022 the whole year, are you going to learn options? Are you just going to go to YouTube and get the free stuff? Are you going to learn how to make money as the market go down by doing options? That's what we're doing in Money Moves, right? We're teaching that in Money Moves, okay? I have a indicator called the Traffic Trader. It helps you to make that decision. And I have many people that are using it. And when the market goes down, they make money. And when the market goes up, they're making money. Okay? So I want you to understand that you were created to win. You are a giant slayer. I want you to Google this. I'm going to say it again. You beat out over up to 5 million swimmers swimming upstream. Okay? When your mama and your daddy got together to form you, you were created to win. You were one out of millions. Let's just say 1 out of a million. You were 1 out of a million that made it. But since your head hit the wind, since you discovered America, you've been programmed to lose. But just remember, God created you to win. All right, good people, make sure you check out the links in the description below. If you're on your cell phone, hit more, go to the drop down and see where it says description. The links will be there. I will have a free link for a free Money Moves that I'm creating that I'll give you Monday morning updates on the market, that type of deal. We'll do some occasional teaching in there. And then, of course, if you just want to get in and use the Traffic Trader, learn options and see and build portfolios, then that will be the top link, okay? I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. For those of you that were at the Quiet Wealth Summit, I'm telling you, everything was left on the stage. Chris Sane and his team absolutely brought it. I'm always, always, always going to support someone else that is in this war of financial literacy alongside with me. That's my brother. I love him. And hey, I'm going to rock with him until the wheels fall off, just like my other brothers. Okay. Love you guys. See you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.